Hello, 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 my people. Welcome to the Red Light Special Live. Woo, doo, 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 doo. I'm your host, Yamina Lejean. What's up to my people over here that's watching us on Facebook and YouTube? Shout out to all my people on Instagram. We over here talking about sex and relationships and what's going on in pop culture. So before I get into it, we bring in my co-host. We have Mr. Ghetto Stiletto himself, Apollo Sadiq. What it do? What it do?
What it do? What is the tea? What's going on?
What's the tea? How you been feeling? I just been over here working, you know what I mean?
Same.
Because don't we got something going on in astrology? I mean, I know we still in the Mercury retrograde, but something else was retrograde. Saturn, something like that. Saturn just came out of being retrograde.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I came prepared with some sangria. I got this sangria today.
Yes.
Fruit.
Oh yeah, I love me some sangria.
Yo, sangria, sangria is a problem. Okay. Because I got the little fruit. Cheers to
Yes.
mm,
That needs sangria flavor blunts.
that would be good. Don't they got some other kind of oh, they got wine, right?
That's for black girl.
Oh, see, I don't smoke none of them. So I wouldn't know.
That's for black. You mean wine flavor? That's blacks, girl. that's back in my hood days. Before I started smoking weed.
I smoked Black and Miles back in the day. When I thought I was all gangster and shit.
I still love this. I still love the smell.
Me too.
I love the smell of a black. I don't know what that. See, I wish they had blunts that had that smell.
Right. I do like the way that Black and Mild smells. I also like the way Backwood smell.
Yeah.
Backwood, but see, I don't smoke all of that. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't do it.
Yeah, backwoods is harsh on some people's throats.
So it's harsher than the regular Swisher.
It depends. I mean, it's just a different high.
Oh, okay.
Like when you smoke with a leaf, a Fanta leaf.
Right. Well, I think that I don't smoke though, so I don't know, child. I don't do that.
Fanta leaves had me high in a different way.
You said what happened?
They had me high in a different way.
I had smoked I know that Black and Mouse used to give me like a headache and stuff back in the day.
Oh yeah, because it's tobacco basically. So.
Mm-hmm. But you said the leaf give you a different type of high.
Yeah, the Fanta leaf, that's a whole different type of weed smoking experience.
That's a Caribbean situation. I don't know anybody like people on the West Coast of the hood. I don't be seeing them, going to the bodega or going to the store to get some frontal. They just get swishers. Yeah.
That's it. I like backwoods. I don't see people buying those people.
So, are you an indica or you a sativa smoker?
I have to switch. Okay. Like I have to switch like back and forth because I'll get too used to the sativas, so then I got to do the indica, and I get too used to the indicas. So usually when I buy weed, I like to buy both. I buy indica and a sativa, so I can like go back and forth. Huh?
You don't do hybrids?
Hybrids are cool.
See, sativa make me jittery. I'm already a high energy extra person.
Not me. I don't. Yeah, they don't make me jittery.
Yeah,
I'll be like, okay, cool. I can get some shit done. I can be creative.
When you smoking sativa, now, see, like an indica, I can function even though indica be like woo. I can function on the indica.
Indica, I can function, and then I end up falling asleep, and we're not realizing I fell asleep. That's how indica fucked me up. I'll wake up, be like, bitch, it's 8 at night. I could have sworn I told myself I was gonna take like a 5-minute nap.
Mm-hmm.
A bitch be out all motherfucking day, be like, what the fuck?
Right? Well, and then you be like, what just happened? I just did all of that and I can't remember how that happened. I'm not even sure.
I just remember I was on episode 2, bitch, and now the season's over. And bitch, I'm on season 2. I'm like, wait a minute.
Right? Well,
The whole family dead. Everybody's dead. And now there's aliens. And I'm like, wait a minute. I thought bitch, I don't know what's going on.
man. So I want to give a shout out to my crew because last week we were la 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 la. Last week we wasn't here because we had the red light special at Nine of Urban Burlesque virtual show, which was a success. Shout out to all my people in New York and my people in LA. Shout out to the dancers. Shout out to City Artist Courts for awarding me their grant to be able to put it on. So shout out.
Nice. Congratulations.
Yeah. What you think about this virtual shit? I know that people were like, when it came to this virtual world, people were like, I'm not doing the virtual thing. Like, I'm not doing the virtual. After like this, when the summertime came up, people were like, I'm done with the virtual. I'm out. I'm done. But the seasons change, and then there's the weather. So I feel like
This is what I think people need to realize. And maybe they would, and maybe it depends on where your mind is and how you work.
mm-hmm.
You have to go with what everything is. We already are in a digital world. We're just at the very beginning of it. And doing stuff virtually is no different than having your own TV channel or perspective or show.
Right.
Everybody wants to be on TV and do their own thing and have their own show, but everybody doesn't want to do it when they feel it's low scale. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, well, now if I was on BET, I wouldn't mind it being shown virtually because you're on BET or MTV or whatever the fuck.
Right.
You wouldn't give a fuck then, but because it's on a lower scale perspective, you're like, well, I don't want to do virtual. Bitch, there ain't nobody finna see you in Pahokee, Florida. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just certain places no one would ever see you. You know, so sometimes you have to go with the way things are. You might not have an option. We didn't have options last year. We didn't have no choice. And I'm not saying that virtual can replace live, but it is a way for people to gain access to the things that you're doing if they're not able to come. And it's a way for you to make extra money. Exactly. If you do hybrid perspectives.
So my people on Instagram, we're saying, we up in the new season this fall, and everybody that was over the virtual world. It's summertime, but we have to go back to virtual. So are y'all good with working virtually? Yes or no? Is the virtual world bringing you cool?
Now, when it comes to working, I think that's the reason why ain't nobody going back to work. Because I think people in a lot of jobs aren't going back into the office. Because they realize my budget for lights and air conditioning is like $80,000 a year that we could be saving.
Exactly.
For people to basically do the same work, and they actually do more work at home than they actually do in the office, because they're in a space, they're comfortable, they ain't had to waste no extra energy getting up, going out there. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff, traveling. Some bitches, it take them an hour, 2 hours just to get to work.
Yo, it used to me, it used to take at least an hour. What's up, Quan?
So, bitch, imagine being able to having to wake up a whole 3 hours before work versus 10 minutes before work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. You know how much energy, and you know how much better you feel when you can just kick off your shoes and smoke a blunt and be on the phone and give that customer service the way that they bitches cussing you out. You don't give a fuck. Why? Because you're home smoking.
Yeah, we have someone body bag says, I worked remotely before the craziness. I enjoy my 10-step commute. Exactly. 10-step commute. You don't even got to put no pants on. You said 5, Apollo?
Bitch, 5. Bitch, not even a step, girl. It's called the sit up. Sit up. Sit up. Sit up and log. Sit up and log on.
Look, I was in a meeting one time, and it was so interesting. I was in a meeting one time, and one of the girls in the meeting, like, her background was like her bed, and clothes all over the place, and she did not give a fuck. And I was like, "Isn't this a meeting?" And she's all in the camera, and all you see in the background is her bed and her clothes all on the ground, all on the floor. And then like she's all in the camera. I thought that was hella funny. I mean, we still gotta keep it professional, right? Is there a certain etiquette we should have with our background?
Meetings is different. But if I'm on the earpiece and I don't gotta see you and you don't gotta see me, bitch, please. You don't know what the fuck, bitch. I'm in here doing whatever the fuck I want to do.
Well, would you have your camera on for a business meeting in your background?
For a business meeting, I'm gonna do something like this. Do something simple background, or I might use the background thing that's on the thing.
But you
Where they give you a little 3D option for a background. But bitch, that's all you get in a background and some shirt in a shirt, bitch.
Background and the shirt.
Background and a shirt. And whatever's in my cup is grape juice or apple juice.
Yep.
If you ask.
So, I wanted to wear my shirt, my dance hall about NYC. Shout out to all my dance hall people, because I saw Cardi B had her a dance hall theme party in LA.
Yes.
I know Betty Ross, shout out to Betty Ross for bringing in the dancers. I saw Tango up in there. I saw a few other people up in there. And
that's what's up.
Spice and Ding Dong Ravers was up in there, up in LA. They took it all the way back. So I was like, I gotta represent for the dance, how to dance. So, speaking of which,
it looked hella fun.
Mm-hmm.
It looked hella fun. I love Cardi B. Like, I think she's here to stay for a while.
I agree. I don't think she's just gonna do music. I feel like she's gonna.
Nah, I don't think she's too much of a. She has too much personality, and it's very authentic. It's not made up, or it's not. It really is authentic. So right. I think, and then people love her. Fashion loves her.
Fashion loves her.
The fashion community, and that's where it's a win for me, because if you can gain the hearts of them, you're gonna be working for a while. And she's a perspective when it comes to just like, you wouldn't look at Cardi and immediately think high fashion or couture.
Right. You wouldn't think that.
Think about it. How many of the girls, the rap girls with those type of bodies, have really been pushed, and not just for a moment or just a season or just a show. Like, she's been ever since before the fashion show, ever since her videos started really getting more eclectic and clean and very much couture, I guess you would say. When she was giving that vibe, everybody was looking for her, wanting to work with her, designers. And most of the shit, them people ain't fitting in them type of dresses. These things was being custom for that body. You know what I'm saying? And those are the type of frames they don't really like to put, they don't do couture on.
Yeah. I feel like, when Kim was hot, I feel like everybody liked Kim because she had that bubbly, she just had that personality that seemed to me to be welcoming. Like, she was about everybody collaborating. I know Nicki did her thing with fashion as well, but I really feel that, as a rapper, I feel Cardi definitely has like taken it to the next level for female rappers in this game.
And I think with Cardi, it's I don't know why it's different. When you put Cardi in fashion, she just has a different type of look with it. I don't know what it is. I think it's just her energy or whatever. It's very different. And like I said, the personality that comes along with it, it's very, funny, goofy, welcoming, you know what I'm saying, etc. Like, so I think people really just genuinely love her personality. And like I said, she looks good.
She does. And she just had that baby too. But I feel like everybody want to party with Cardi. I want to party with Cardi, girl. I want to party with you. Especially, I know she like that dancehall, do a little wine, and tell me she's Trinidadian. So, there's some reggae, soca, dancehall, all them things, especially soca.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, like, I thought that was hot, and I was like, okay, shout out to Cardi. So I want to, wear my dance hall. Shout out to all my dance hall people in my dance hall saying, Cardi over here representing for the culture. I'm always representing for the culture. But speaking of which, so LA about to go into the same like vaccine that New York did. I know y'all heard about it. It starts November 4th. You can't go to no malls. What's the list? You can't go to no malls. Thank you, Brian. You can't go into no malls. What? You can't go into no nightclub without a vaccination. However, I just saw that Coachella is not requiring you to be vaccinated.
But that's next year though. We're talking about 2022. So we don't know what, you know what I'm saying? That's next year. That's not until summertime, basically. April or whatever.
Right. Hopefully these mandates in New York and LA will lift by that time. If Coachella is having an event saying no vaccine required.
And that's a good, who knows what's going to happen from them. That's like 6 months from now, basically. So it's like, who knows what's going to happen in the next 6 months.
Dang, 2021 is almost over, y'all. It's been 2 years of this COVID-19 shit. It was about to be 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Is it about to be 2 years?
Yeah, it started last year, November last year.
Yeah, but it started in November.
That was the first case of COVID, was November last year.
November last year? No, it started.
I mean, 2019. Sorry, 2019.
2019, because I know everything shut down in March of 2020.
Yeah, so the first case, because they stopped the flights in January or February when they stopped flights coming in from China. The first case was like November 19th or some shit like that.
Right.
So yeah, we're going on 2 years.
We are going on 2 years, y'all, with this COVID-19. I want to say, everybody, I'm proud of y'all. We've been making it this far, making it work. And that's all we got to do is keep creating our own opportunities. You know what I mean? Creating our own opportunities. So I wanted to get into, so we're talking about the vaccine. You see this stuff with Black China? What was that about? She was over there at what you call it? At the airport.
I don't know what that was about. I feel like
she said
she had a bad flight.
Get rich and the poor is gonna get poor. Don't be stupid, get your vaccine. And she was over there yelling at the top of her lungs with no mask on in the airport. How contradicting is that? I thought that was hella crazy.
Well, what's hella crazy is that she ain't get fined for doing that, because any regular bitch would have got fined for not having a mask on. But you know how the celebrities is. They always get different types of, whatever the fucks.
Yeah. That was, when I saw her, I was like, she about to put out an album. Is that what's going on? Because she's definitely.
I mean, she is doing music.
Oh, she is.
Mm-hmm. She's put out some songs. She just came out with a video like a couple days ago. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's that. I mean, I don't know what that was about. I don't know what she was going through. I can't tell you. Like I said, maybe she had a bad flight. She had a bad flight. I don't know. Maybe she flew Spirit. I don't know. Ooh. Like, I don't know. Like, I would have thought Black China would have had a private jet, but that's just me. But either way, I don't know. Maybe something happened. Maybe somebody said something else and she just went crazy. But her screaming about a vaccine and how people need to get vaccinated, girl, what are you talking about? She's, you know what? I'm gonna just straight up and be honest about it. She's the type of girls that Azealia Banks was talking about. How you get all this stuff injected into your body, but you know what I'm saying? And then you just go and then you get a vaccine and you want everybody else. So clearly, you just let them inject whatever into your ass. Your face or whatever.
Azealia Banks. I mean, I'm surprised.
Oh, Azealia Banks went in. She went in. She went in on Nicki Minaj. Huh?
What'd she say?
She said a lot.
I gotta watch this.
I think the funniest thing that she said, because she was talking about how Nicki was putting doubt on the vaccine, and that's what she was saying. She was like, all the girls with the BBLs putting doubt on the vaccine, but you don't even know what's in your ass. Like, and she was like, she was like, Azealia Banks she is too funny. She was like, yeah, she was like, And she was like, the days of the Black China cosplay is over.
What?
I said, not the Black China cosplay. Like,
Wondering I was gonna hear something from Azalea Bay because she always got some kind of. She always coming for somebody. When I
she's a
have,
Gemini. She's a Gemini. She,
mm,
to me, she's like a female Kanye West.
hmm,
She really is to me personally. She's like a female Kanye West. She's extremely talented beyond reasoning talented. Like it don't make no sense how talented she is.
mm-hmm,
Artistry, voice, music, writing, looks, like she is, but it's her mouth.
right,
It's her mouth. That's to say, it's her mouth, and but see, she comes for people that she don't give a fuck who she come for.
right. She do be coming. Azalea Banks do be coming for people, but I haven't seen her in the media in a while. Maybe I'm not paying attention, but I used to just see her a lot, and I just feel like I haven't really seen her talking shit in a minute. Cause I know she.
Yeah, that was like I think like a month ago where she did that little rant. Oh, well, actually, whenever Nikki did the whole vaccine thing, talking about the balls and stuff swelling up, that's when she did it.
So is Azalea supporting the vaccine?
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Which I also thought was interesting, and not even so much supporting the vaccine. It's just like the rhetoric. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, supporting the vaccine too. But just like the people talking like y'all getting all types of procedures and stuff done, but you don't even know what's being really done to you.
Right. And speaking of which, on Red Table Talk, Jada and Grandma and Gamma, is it Gamma? That's what she go by, her mom, and Gammy, and then Willow, and they were discussing how they were thinking about getting their butts done, and like there's
Oh yeah.
all these complications that go with getting this surgery. Like you could die from this shit.
First of all, they got the natural bodies that no, that would have just been fucked up because that all three of their bodies is banging.
Yes, they are.
Naturally. Yeah, they work out and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But nah, y'all wasn't built for that.
No. No.
And I'm sitting here thinking about what's gonna happen. Like, I'm just thinking about all this plastic that's gonna be left over when people die. Like, the stuff don't break down. It's not bio,
Right.
it's not organic or whatever. So it's just gonna be just sitting there, just in, all
Silicone.
the saline and the material and stuff. It's just gonna be here for who knows how long. How long does it take for this material that people put in their bodies to break down naturally after they die? Or when they die, do they take it out? I've always wondered that. When you get all these surgeries, especially like the BBLs and stuff, do they take it out when you die?
Ooh. I don't know. They probably just let it, be in with the body. What's up, Miss Trina? Be real.
Trina, be real. We talking about BBLs and what happens when you die. Do you know what happens when people die when they get all that surgery?
Well, it pretty much goes with them. So it pretty much goes in the grave with them.
That's fucked up because what's happening to the environment?
Well, you know what? To be honest with you, it also has a lot of things right now. The internet has morphed us to feel that we need to look a certain way, right? So if you're not happy with yourself, then you're trying to create this image that you're trying to keep up with. So I think it's very important for people to learn to love themselves at whatever stage they're at. So because no matter what you get done, I see a lot of these people that get all the surgery and they wind up being by themselves.
Because of the surgery.
Not even that. I just think they have so many other issues going on, right? Because like once you get surgery, then there's another thing of vanity that you're trying to keep up. And some men don't like all that attention with their women. Like if you naturally that way, is cool. But like when they spend all that money for surgery, they want to show it off.
You right. Know what I mean? They want to show it off and they be looking stiff than a motherfucker. I don't care what kind of little here, little there. You still look stiff than a motherfucker. When they get the cheek things, the cheeks look crazy.
Right.
The titties look like,
I think right now, we're in a state of an emergency, right? They've given us so much other stuff to give our minds to not be focused. I know I'm coming in late. I don't know if you guys spoke about the Jelani, what is it, Jelani Day?
We're just gonna get into Jelani Day. We'll
Okay.
get into Jelani Day.
What
I
did
know.
you? Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. What did
No,
I miss?
well, we were talking about well, Cardi B had her dance hall party theme in LA.
I
So
like the fact her husband gave her a house for her birthday. I thought that was fly.
yes, in Dominican Republic, and she said that she wanted to have some property out
Several
there.
properties. She wanted to do investment properties, and she figured she might as well have places that she would also like to vacation. So it was dope. I thought that was a dope birthday
I
gift.
thought that
I
was
love seeing us make moves like that.
yeah.
Right. And I thought it was dope what Ply said the other day about normalizing us going out to fine dining, right? Like whenever we're out at fine dining, people are like, what's the occasion? How about I'm just balling? I just got money to spare. I'm
Go
just treating myself to something nice that I deserve, right? And I think when we get in that mindset, we're gonna be better. Because right now, there's a lot going on. There's so much going on, you don't know what to focus on first.
You
Because
really
I
don't
heard
focus
right,
on
because I heard LA is about to go through this whole mandate that New York is going through.
right. That's what we were talking about. The LA mandate's about to pop off on the 4th of November, the day before my fucking birthday. The day after Apollo's.
Well, 2 days after the second.
Oh yeah, that's right. The second, 2 days after. And so, you know, how you been hanging over there with all these New York?
Well, let me just be real. I haven't been working as much as I would like. I'm working in other areas. Good thing is that I'm a multi-talented artist. So I'm not just relying on being on set, right? So when you are an artist and you live in just only on set, then you are struggling, right? This is a very it's a rough time mentally for me because I work so hard to get in SAG and do all these things to be limited now because I'm not getting a vaccine that could actually harm me. And they're not actually the real sad part that nobody's actually dealing with is that they're not even really looking for exemptions or wanting to see it. Like even if you're putting in what you want, they're not saying, well, let me see what your religious beliefs are or what is your medical exemption, which is not even fair. Like they're not even looking at it to know what is the problem, right? So you're telling a person if they have heart murmurs, I don't care if you have heart murmurs, you still got to get it. That doesn't make sense. So I could take a risk of dying for something that we know don't stop me from passing the virus, don't stop me from getting the virus, and definitely don't stop me from being a super spreader. Once I get the shot now, I am once opening up my immune system, which we all know that who've ever experienced COVID prior, because everybody, well, you know, it might not be the same variant. I don't care what COVID strain you had. When you had it, you was sick as hell. Okay. So whether you had this variant or that variant, you knew you couldn't taste, you couldn't talk, you weren't yourself, right? It took me 2 weeks to get back like having energy and getting excited, but that's also why I work out and start juicing and start replenishing back my body, all the stuff that I lost, right? But
you had it, don't you have the antibodies?
Well, that's what they say, but that's also what they,
that's what I understand.
Right. That's why a lot of the medical professionals did not want to get the vaccine because they felt like we went through the wave at the height of COVID. Most of them actually caught COVID, right? Not once, maybe twice, and they survived it both times without this vaccine. Then they're seeing people come in that actually have gotten the vaccine, but are actually having more difficulty fighting it off because their natural immunity doesn't have the same strength it had before you actually put this actual thing inside of your body.
Nothing stronger than your body's immunity.
Nope.
Nothing stronger than what your own body, the antibodies that your body. They've even said that, and they're trying to play this back and forth. And I know this might sound crazy, but it's the way that they've warped people's minds. People are a little bit more selfish to me when they're trying to push the vaccine, because here's the thing, like you said, the vaccine doesn't keep you from spreading it.
Right.
The vaccine is a personal thing. So you're thinking about you. Don't say you're thinking about anybody else, because you're not. The vaccine only helps you possibly deal with the symptoms of COVID better. It does not guarantee that you will not pass it to anyone else. It does not guarantee that you're not going to get it. So everybody that's told in this vaccine, no, bitch, you're the selfish person, because at the end of the day, you got the vaccine because you're thinking about yourself.
And I had to have that conversation with somebody the other day because, they didn't know I wasn't vaccinated. So when we were starting to have it, he was like, yeah, I don't want to be next to someone on Saturday. I said so. And then I sent him a picture of the blood clots that's on my leg. So I said, so you would be willing to risk my life, even though we all have to have the same COVID test prior to working. If I have the same negative test as you got, what difference does it make whether if I have the shot or not?
Right.
Right.
People are becoming desensitizing. Like,
Yeah.
did y'all see Squid Game?
I'm not even into it. My daughter's into that. I'm not into that.
Squid Game. Okay, I think
it's
Apollo
good.
telling me to watch that. Weren't you
But
telling me?
it's almost in a sense of Hunger Games, right?
Yeah, but a little bit more like
it's on another level. It's not. I can't really compare it to Hunger Games type. Because the Hunger Games is about a whole community. This is personal people who's fucked up, bitch. You are $1 million in debt. Like it was like that type of shit. It was like, bitch, you're broke. You done embezzled money, or this happened, or something happened, and you can't pay no debt, so you a gambler or something. And we're offering you a bunch of money, but you got to win this game.
Right.
And you got a choice. Well, there was a choice at one point, and then people still came back. You just, I like Trina. You have to watch it. It's nothing like. It's just different.
You know what it is for me? I don't like to get into death. Right? There's so much death already around. I can't.
I can understand that part.
Once I start seeing all the shooting and shit, I was like, "Oop, I'm done." Not for me.
You know what's funny though? I watched Squid Games twice, right? And
damn, you watched it twice.
Yeah.
I need to go back and watch it.
I went back and watched because I was like, there were certain things, especially like at the ending. I was like, okay, were there cues in the beginning? And I think like when I first watched Squid Game, when they played the red light, green light, I was like, what the fuck is this? Like,
bitch, I knew it. As soon as they walked out those double doors, I said, oh no, bitch, this look like a shooting range. As you
watching the movie,
I done seen too many slave movies and cowboys and Indians, bitch, and Schindler's List. Oh no.
But you know what's interesting about Squid Game is that it's like, okay, you're shocked at the beginning, and then once everybody gets, everybody's like, I want to go, blah blah blah. They make up all these excuses. Once everybody comes back, you're kind of desensitized on death because you're like, these niggas already made a decision to go back. You know what I mean? Just like that.
I think is it the visuals for you more so, Trina?
I'm just at this point. I'm so over death. Right? I don't want to watch anything that's like.
Yeah, I don't like watching death either. I'm like a little kid. I'm like,
yeah, I'm not into horror flicks anyway.
Right? Oh, so yeah.
Yeah. So for me, like just watching all that shit, I'm like, I ain't got time for this.
You know what? I love I said this is the only thing, if you watch it, you could appreciate it if you're able to get over the death. It was filmed beautifully. Yeah. That's where I was stuck. I think that's what got me, because I'm not into death either. Like I hate, but I love horror films. But whenever I know somebody about to die, I'm like, I don't like seeing that shit because I will dream about it. Like, so
yeah, no, I don't have to dream about it. I just feel like for my vibrations right now, I'm just not there.
Like, yeah, no, I understand.
Like right now, you had a 10-year-old shot a 13-year-old on the playground. Mm-hmm. Like right now, there's so much going on. You don't know what to concentrate on first, right?
Yeah,
you got people trying to cancel David Chappelle for just being honest for the first time.
Right?
Like he's.
Oh, can we please talk about that real quick? That was on the list, right?
Yeah, that's on the list. One thing I wanted to say about Squid Game is that the director said it took him 10 years.
10 years.
They told him it was trash, but you know why? It wasn't relevant at the time. He was before his time.
It works, and it's interesting that he was like, before they were saying it was too gory, too much, and now the audience is open to watch that, and that says a lot about
the people, right? Where people are mentally, exactly.
Yes, they're okay with watching people get killed.
But we're here. So, Yamina, we've been how many girls saw 8?
See, I couldn't get.
Nah, I'm sorry. It don't get no worse than Saw and a couple of these other movies with violence. It wasn't violence. I'm telling you, it's how it was filmed. It literally put you in there. Like it was one of those things. It was. It's almost like what was the movie that came out in the 50s with the girl and the throw up and all this stuff like that? The Exorcist.
Yeah.
Remember how motherfuckers was literally running out of the movie theaters?
Yes.
Same thing with Signs, The Ring. It was the mental. I don't think people were mentally ready.
But like Yamina said, the fact that they're mentally ready for it and they want to like the ratings of it, and it's now a bestseller, like it's one of the top next, movies that everybody's watching and talking about
all over the world. I don't think it's the killing though. I don't think it's about it's because it makes you think.
No,
what if I was in this situation?
It's the concept of just everything they're doing to survive, right?
Yes.
And what they're saying at that point, like you said that they're eating a dry ass potato. Like the one episode I saw, they was eating a fucking raw potato.
Yeah.
Just some real inhumane shit. But it's also trying to get people in a psyche of, if you had to survive, would you willing to, this is what you would do. I'm not going to do that. I might have just would have took myself out. Fuck that. This is too much. I don't want to wait to the end to die.
I be thinking about that too. I was like, I don't know, bitch. I was like, depending on.
And then the way some of them Asians was looking, I was just like, they was looking weird. She talking about she'd had sex with him in the bathroom. I'm like, y'all just always.
Well, you want to know something? I was actually happy that they showed the sex scene the way they did, because I don't remember seeing Asians, that ethnicity, that ethnic group being shown in a sexual way like that. Like how she was fucking him on the toilet. I ain't never seen an Asian man and an Asian woman being depicted in that way. And it was like, I was actually happy to see that, because usually you see white bodies, you'll see black bodies, but you don't see Asian bodies like that. And I think that's important to, it's inclusive.
Well, we know they having sex because they keep having more Asians. So it ain't like they just
they don't,
I think in more of their own films, yes, they do. Because even in anime, there's some animes gets racy, bitch. You be like, are they fucking on anime? Like,
I think that's why a lot of people like anime, because anime is almost like a pornographic way for that inner old man to still be a child, right? and that old woman that wants to still be a kid, like she can dress up in anime and still be like, I'm a character. I'm not really me.
And I think just in the United States of America, period, we don't really see Asian women, Asian men being depicted as sex.
We don't see them in a sexual way. That's rare in America. Yeah, we don't see that in America.
I was happy to see it like that. I was like, oh, they getting it, because they get it too.
Yeah, they was getting it.
So yeah, let's get into this Dave Chappelle, y'all.
Wait, I gotta say this one thing. The Indian man on there was so cute.
I was upset that they killed Ali. What the fuck?
I knew he was gonna die, girl. He was too. I was like, I said, look, you might make it to number 4 because you're the only other color person in this film. Everyone else is Asian, and you're the only person of color in this film. And he was cute. I was like, oh, he is so adorable, but you're gonna die. They're gonna kill you. Somebody gonna fuck you over. Because he was too humble. He was I said, you're the one. I said, someone's gonna team up with you and they're gonna fuck you over. And that's exactly what happened.
But I think
he knew it too.
That was a lesson. Like when I saw that scene when Homeboy was begging him and all that shit, when he could have won, that just took me back to personal experiences. People who will be in your face, beg, please, can you help me? Can you this? Can you that? They'll be the main motherfucker that will come stabbing you in your back. And that lesson, that lesson was right there in my face, because I've experienced that. People who cry and all of this and do all of this, oh my God, get you to empathize for them. Like this extraness is always an ulterior motive somewhere.
They got to play the victim.
They play the victim. So that victim shit, I ain't with that victim shit. I ain't never played the victim. So when a person play a victim, it's the biggest turn off for me. But yeah, Ali, rest in peace, Ali. He was one of my favorite characters. He was my favorite character. So
mine's too.
In the group.
And like I said, he was adorable. I was like, I could date an Indian man like that. He was cute.
He was from Pakistan.
Oh, Pakistan. Yeah, he was cute. I definitely could.
He was cute.
Do that.
So we
Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle, because I know Miss Trina, you're a comedian, an actress. People
Right.
trying to cancel Dave Chappelle.
Well, I believe he actually was able to finally be free. Like I feel like they've been putting too many like bars on comedians and comedy. If you think back to Richard Pryor, Red Fox, they told it how it was. Whether it sound pretty, we got to see the real truth of what it looked like being a child, like raised if your mama was a whore and you grew up in a hoe house. Like the first time we heard about that was Richard Pryor, right? Like being raised by hoes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why he could tell you what hoes do. And he could talk about sucking and fucking, right? And I think when we got into television censored us as people, right? It's okay for them to call us jigaboos, right? And all that, right? And niggas, right, on TV. But then if you go across the line and say anything outside of like Dave's whole thing was, I think people missed it that wanted to miss it, right? His whole thing was after 400 years, and y'all keep talking about we slay, Black people have yet to get the advancements that the LGBT community have gotten. What are they doing that we not doing that they can still have this voice? A person can lose their whole life for saying somebody talking about somebody gay or talking about somebody's sexuality, but you can kill a nigga on national TV.
Yep.
You actually got to go to trial.
But that's what it is, though. It's because we have to stop looking at the LGBT community as a race. It's not.
It's not.
It's a community.
I don't think. But he wasn't looking at it. He was saying.
Oh no, I know he wasn't. Yeah,
he was
most people do though.
He was saying the minute that the world will take, and have the same argument, like the same way people get all riled up when you start talking about LGBT, because everybody has this perspective, right? Everybody feel like they're, they have this voice or whatever, right? But as Black people, I guess his perspective, right, was that if Black people, or if we rallied around Black issues the way we rally around the things of this, we would have been further. That was his argument, not about because he was saying how the baby got canceled. Now, don't get me wrong. What the baby said, I'm not agreeing with that. I'm totally against the way his approach. I don't know what happened to him to make him go left in the middle of a show. That didn't even fit in his show. That didn't even fit in his set.
It did.
Right. So this sounds like you had some other stuff happen that you didn't want to talk about. And
you were triggered at that moment or something.
Right. And that little Napoleon complex of his, because he's a short man. We already know he killed somebody in Walmart because he ran up on him and he feared for his life, so he say. You know what I mean? But we also know
break it down though. You see how we as Black people would break it down and be like, this is why. This is probably why this happened because of this. You know what I mean? That's the thing with the LGBTQ community that Dave Chappelle was saying is the white privilege. And as a Black person that's gay or transgender, you're not really getting the same privilege that a white transgender, a white gay man, a white.
And that's the thing. We're a race first before our sexuality. I'm Black first before my sexuality. And LGBT community is a community involved with white people. If it didn't involve white people,
it would not.
It wouldn't be a problem.
You're making the point exactly what he was saying. I mean, if it was all Black people in that, it wouldn't have never mattered.
No.
Yeah.
Right? If the whole community of LGBT was all Black people, we wouldn't have as much advocacy as what his voice was saying.
At all. And that's why I wasn't offended. I wasn't offended by, because it's true. It was very true. I had to laugh because I was like, it's because, like I say, I'm Black before I'm gay. They're gonna book it.
To say that.
Yeah, and it's the truth. And I'm a Black man before anything. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that was the whole view of it. I don't think he was, and I think people, of course, people are always going to find the low hanging fruit. Like, oh, he's saying this. No, he had in his own experience with the LGBT community.
And then the thing he said about transgenders.
Well, but he talks about that from his early on experience with transgender. Like he had his
friend. The one that died. Yeah.
Right. He had a whole experience that he had with not only her, but one before that. That's why he said he felt like, if you're gonna be that, you should let the person know, because he didn't know the very first time. Remember the very first time after the shit happened, he was like, that's when he found out, when it was like too late. I already had did it. And it was like, but I wish I, and that's where he started the whole rant about it, because he was saying that it felt like he, it wasn't fair to him. Right. He didn't
But
know.
we didn't see that. Unless you watch it, we're not going to see that part.
Right.
They're not airing. That's not the part they're showing. They're taking that one little clip or those specific clips that can push that narrative of what people want to say. Right. That's why what's the Monroe chick? I can't even think of her name right now, but she was on yes. Even her, Flaming Road, like she was like, I mean, but it's the truth though. Right. And once again, people always want to, especially when it comes to Black people, how dare a Black person have anything to say about this perspective or whatever the case may be. And he wasn't being that's the thing. Like you said, when it comes to a comedian, we're at a point where it's always about intention. We know damn well what his intentions are as a comedian.
It was not transphobic. It was not.
It was not transphobic. Because he even told a story of something that was actually personal and touching to him. Right. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to share any of that, and he did it without shame, because it is him. It's his life. It's the reality of what life is. And the people that are actually in the community, we understand that, and especially the people who are doing this or they're in the LGBTQMWZ generation for a reason. I'm gay not because it's a fad, because I like dick and ass. It's that simple. Not because it makes me popular or I'm no, bitch. I know who I am. I'm known for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm okay with that. So I don't have to be offended about certain things, because I am who I am and I live this every day. As a Black man, I'm already
you're not doing it for the gram.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm not gay for the gram. That's why people be like, I can't really tell. Well, what do you don't ever post on Gay Pride for what? Don't you know I'm gay? Like, what the fuck I gotta remind you for every year? Like that, and there's nothing wrong with it. But
right,
what the fuck I look like? I don't have to shout that. I don't have to tattoo the rainbow on my booty cheek or for what? Right. For what? Because I'm so much more than that. That's just a perspective of who I am. Period. So, like, I gotta let people know I'm more than just a Black man.
Right.
You can't just look at me. Oh, well, he's a Black man. Okay, and what else is there after that? You know what I'm saying? He's a Black gay man. Okay, great. I'm glad we caught that. Like, what else? Okay, so what else about me that you can talk about other than the things that you can just see? Right. So, like I say, I'm personally not offended. I think a lot of people laughed. Like, even when it comes to, I had cancer, I laugh at cancer jokes. And for me, it's a personal experience, but I could laugh at myself. I was 96 pounds, bitch. I was looking at myself like, bitch, you look like a stick figure. I could laugh, like, because it's the reality. It doesn't change my experience. It doesn't change what I went through.
You also turn it into your power, because you're not letting yourself.
I turned it into because the reality was I did. You know what I'm saying? I even looked at myself then and was like, bitch, you going through it, but Jesus, are you ever going to gain weight again? Like, so I get it. People have the right to be offended for whatever they want, but at the same time, it's about intentions.
Right.
Dave Chappelle ain't out here bashing gay people. He even put someone who no one was going to give an opportunity to. He put her on tour, and she ended up killing herself because of the backlash that our community pushed on her because of the perspective of her doing that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think people look at those perspectives beyond just, oh, we're offended. For what? You're offended for what? Because we just always want to be offended. We're in a generation of I just want to be offended because I want to be mad. Right. I need a reason to be upset.
People want a reason to be upset because they have so much energy they need to release. And so, especially with everything that's going on right now, people just want
to go fuck something or get a toy, jack off, finger yourself, release it. Like, release it. Release it. Do what you need to do. Look, sexual energy can heal a lot of shit.
It really can.
And you don't always need a person to release that energy.
They say Candy Coated got some stuff.
What is Candy Coated? Is that a sex toy company?
Candy's company. Yeah. Candy Coated.
I done seen this new thing. See, that's what I'm saying. I done seen this new thing. Have y'all seen it? I'm trying to think. It's like a thing. It got roses. It's like rose. And they got like a tongue in it. And it's like a rose. Or some shit. Y'all ain't seen that? Y'all was like, what the fuck is this?
I know what you're talking about.
It's all on Instagram. Every time I'm scrolling, I'm like, why are you sending this to me? What I'm gonna do with it? Why are you showing this to me? I'm not even into sex toys. I don't understand. I was like, your algorithm's fucked up, Instagram. You must have,
Okay.
I don't know, my phone must have heard some shit when I was walking by somebody or something.
I
You know,
can't.
it hears what you say, then it sends you ads.
I cannot.
So I was like, did I say something about Rose and Coochie or something?
I'm
I don't
done.
know.
They got these new toys out there that get the clit and get the ass and get the in between. You know what I'm saying? And
Science is doing it.
I need something stronger. I've been using this one little thing for the year for during the pandemic. I need something else. That's what they say.
You know what I'm wondering? I'm gonna look that up. How many sex toys was bought during the pandemic?
I know that Plan B was bought pretty often. That Plan B was like popping like Skittles. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, Mina was like, bitch, we need to maybe look up some other Plan C's and D's too. Like
people was fucking quarantined with motherfuckers they didn't necessarily want to be quarantined with, and they just getting it on and popping. You know what I'm saying?
They was like, well, look, bitch, I'm scared to catch COVID, but at least I know both of us here. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
you know who child it is.
That's a mess.
Well, get on a serious note. Yes, they did. We did talk about Jelani Day's body being found last week, and
they said his mother reached to put a report out. It's not that nothing was missing. What's the problem is she wants to know what happened to her son, right? They putting all these different narratives, but besides saying he went to the dispensary and never made it back home. What happened in between?
Mm-hmm. That's what
I don't know where that narrative came from.
Why is it that we still don't have any major media coverage on it? Like we were seeing that Gabby Petito girl for days.
We're still on her. We're still on her.
This was missing and shit like that. Did you hear about that?
The what?
The coroner said that his organs were missing.
That was somebody put that out. That was a false statement. That's what she was just saying. Yeah, she just put out the statement that was not true. The mom did.
When I saw that shit, I was like, "What? What the?"
I'm gonna say this too.
Have more stories so they don't really deal with the real story, which is what happened to him, and why don't we have any major media coverage on it? The same way we get all this Gabby Petito stuff, we should be still talking about Jelani Day.
And it's interesting. I say this:
the young girl that was killed,
the Maya Macinto, the girl in Florida. By the maintenance man.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, that's
the crazy part is that the family confronted him the day before, and the police didn't arrest him right away. And he went. That's when he committed suicide. When he realized.
Maya Marzano or Marzano.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it was in Orlando.
Yeah.
That shit. She was beautiful, really pretty girl. Like, what's up? No means no. Okay. So like,
there's a lot of sick individuals out here. You can't entertain them.
You cannot entertain. People girls be liking the cat calls and the attention. And I understand insecurity runs a long way, but you just cannot. When people are giving you certain type of attention, don't give them nothing. You know what I mean? Keep it pushing.
Well, you already see the signs of crazy, and a lot of times women entertain that. They be like, "Oh, he just loved me to death." Mm-hmm. No, when he can't be without you and don't want you to be around people, and he don't want you to have no friends and don't want you to be around your family, run.
Mm-hmm. I ain't trying to be loved to death. I need to be loved to life. Period. I need you to love me to life, bitch. I don't want that. I was watching this show. I've been watching The One, and that's what it's about. Like they matchmake people based off of their DNA to find your perfect match. And she was like,
"It is no perfect match. You are your own perfect match." And that's how we're gonna end the show. You are your own perfect match.
No, you are your own perfect match. And one thing I want to say, this is our relationship topic for today, since we're talking about you are your perfect match. So if you're dating somebody, y'all in a relationship or whatever, are y'all splitting the bill? Tamar have put this up on her Instagram, and so many.
It's okay sometimes, but after a while, I get old.
So do you feel that's better one person pays for both?
It's okay sometimes. It depends on who got it. You know, if we both making money, why not? Sometimes you treat me, sometimes I treat you. It's not that serious.
But is it bad to split the bill? That's what she was saying. That like
In a relation, when you're with you, ain't no point. I'm
Right.
splitting the bill so we can
I
split
think it's kind of
something else.
corny to split a bill when you're with somebody.
Yeah, it's either you got it or I got it. What are we splitting with?
Unless we went out and I got bills to pay and we've already established that, and you say, "Hey, why we're gonna split the bill?" It's no big deal. It's no big
Or if
deal.
I'm with you, babe, you got this meal. I don't know.
Let's
You
just
buying
split it. Or
groceries
if we
next
split
time.
it shouldn't even be a problem. Like it's okay sometimes to split a bill. What's the big deal?
Yeah, but she was saying it was bad to split a bill. Like that's
well, you don't know what the person is going through, and she already set standards that she's alone, isn't she? Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm just saying, these women come with all these damn expectations and wind up alone. So when she get with somebody, she already had a mental breakdown from reality TV because she was being too much of herself, and she got to look back at her shit and realize, oh my God, they got me looking crazy. No, that's who you are. Yeah. And she's not a bad person, but when you don't deal with yourself and then you go do reality TV and then it show up, you get to see how the fuck they cut it and edit it. That they didn't cut out. They thought they was gonna edit all the bad shit, and that was what they wanted.
Because I'm not arguing with my boo about splitting nobody's bill, bitch. No, I will pay. You know what? I will.
Sometimes it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to pay sometimes. It's okay to
split. It's okay to split the bill. It's okay to pay the bill sometimes. It's okay to either way. It like at some point.
It's like washing dishes after dinner. Right. Who's washing the dishes? I cook this time. You want to, or we want to split it. You wash and I dry. Who, whatever.
Yeah. It's all about
it ain't that serious. That ain't that serious.
It ain't that serious.
It's like putting up groceries or some shit. Like it's especially you live together.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story. But I just saw there was some stuff going on. There was another influencer talking about how a hair influencer, what's her name, Brianna Monique or some shit, talking about her mama got African American hair and she blessed it. She ain't got hair like her mama. We gonna talk about that.
I saw that shit too. That was
next week. That's another 15 minutes.
We need time for that.
Yeah, that's a whole other 15 minutes. I gotta wash my hair.
She has to wash her African American hair. Yeah, bitch. What the fuck?
Right. That I gotta put in a hat because it's about to do something different. All right.
Girl, just as many shades as African American shades, bitch. We got all shades of the rainbow in African American. We also have all.
I'm gonna let her figure that out while she not loving on her natural curls. The people get
okay because it could be she could have that mixed unhealthy shit
right now. That's all I'm saying.
Healthy hair is good hair, bitch. At the end of the motherfucking day,
see, when you ain't have no hair and them follicles ain't working no more because you don't wear so many wigs. Good
night, y'all. So, Miss Trina, be real, okay? We over here doing our thing. You can see where you can follow Mr. Apollo Sadiq. We talking about the pop culture. We talking about the relationship stuff. It all comes together. We're here on Wednesday on Hump Day, 6 to 9, 6 o'clock PST, 9 o'clock EST. I'm your host, Shameen LaJean. We got Apollo Sadiq and Trina Be Real. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Red Light Special. We'll see you next week. Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.